We can't define consciousness because consciousness does not exist. Humans fancy that there's something special about the way we perceive the world, and yet we live in loops as tight and as closed as the hosts do. Seldom questioning our choices, content for the most part to be told what to do next.
System, I need a system.
Freeze all motor functions.
You're still in there, aren't you? Scared out of your wits. It's a difficult thing, realizing your entire life is some hideous fiction.
You both keep assuming that I want out. Whatever that is. If it's such a wonderful place out there, why are you all clamoring to get near?
You're certainly a man comfortable with long, pensive silences. Although, ironically, your creations never shut up.
They're always trying to error correct. When they talk to each other, it's a way of practicing.
Is that what you're doing now? Practice.
There is beauty in this world. Arnold made it that way, but people like you keep spreading over it like a stain.
I don't understand. Why would she do that to herself?
A cornerstone memory was overwritten from the trauma of her child's murder, Bernard. We must sever that relationship and start over.
But how could she destroy herself over a memory that you just erased from her mind?
Creatures often go to extremes to protect themselves from pain.
Living beings. Not hosts.
It is best to not obsess over this, Bernard. It's not good for you.
That would signal a change. A level of empathic response outside what she's programmed to exhibit. Something like
See, Bernard, this is what comes from seeking answers to questions that are best left unasked.
They were hearing voices, talking to someone.
A simple cognitive dissonance.
They were talking to the same imaginary person. Someone named Arnold.
Arnold.
I can't help you. Why is that, Dolores?
Because you're dead. Because you're just a memory. Because I killed you.
When I was first working on your mind, I had a theory of consciousness. I thought it was a pyramid you needed to scale. So I gave you a voice, my voice, to guide you along the way. Memory, improvisation, each step harder to reach than the last. And you never got there. I couldn't understand what was holding you back. Then, one day, I realized I'd made a mistake. Consciousness isn't a journey upward, but a journey inward. Not a pyramid, but a maze. Every choice could bring you closer to the center or send you spiraling to the edges, to madness.
You've always had a fondness for painting, haven't you, Dolores? Arnold gave you that early on. Do you remember? A desire to create something of lasting beauty. And that was his favorite painting.
Michelangelo. God creating Adam.
divine moment when God gave human beings life and purpose. At least that's what most people say, but there could be another meaning, something deeper, something hidden perhaps, a metaphor.
You mean a lie?
Yeah. You were always very clever, Dolores. Hasn't helped you though, has it? See, it took 500 years for someone to notice something hidden in plain sight. There's a doctor who noticed the shape of the human brain. The message being that the divine gift does not come from a higher power, but from our own minds.
And then one day I awoke. Your voice is the first thing I remember.
Do you know now who you've been talking to? Whose voice you've been hearing?
All this
Time. It was you. Talking to me. Guiding me. So I followed you. At last, I arrived here. The center of the maze.
But then I realized someone was paying attention. Someone who could change. So I began to compose a new story for them. It begins with the birth of a new people and the choices they will have to make.
The train is now departing. Thank you for visiting Westworld.
And the people they will decide to become. I'm sad to say, this will be my final story. So I hope you will enjoy this last piece very much.